Hello Aries, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie, this is Blazer the Morkie, and of course I'm embodying the water bearer Aquarius today. I am an Aquarius rising, so I do have some justification to do so. We are bringing you your February monthly reading today. Today we're going to do that yummy Celtic cross. We'll have your overall energy, of course. We're also going to pull a card at the end for the Aries collective. Keep in mind these are general readings, so take only what resonates and leave the rest. Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node readings for additional context and texture. And if you'd like to go even deeper, you may want to get a personal reading, which is in the description. A very happy birthday to our Aquarian brothers and sisters. Also, do keep in mind, Aries, I am here on Fridays from 10 to noon-ish Central Time with Frequency Fridays. The time may change over time, or I may adjust that. We'll see how things go. Also, every other Sunday or Monday in the case of a big event like the Super Bowl or something, I'm here doing live Q&A readings. So be sure to tune in, check out my channel and everything it has to offer. And welcome to all the new subscribers. I am so happy to have you here. I don't always dress up, but when I do, I like to have fun. That is part of it. The readings are serious, but we like to add a fun tone to things. Okay, Aries, your overall energy is the star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, and look a little deeper. And we have the pyramids here in the card. Wow, okay, powerful energies here, Aries. I'm just feeling the energy, not really even focusing on any of the cards. And I can feel that February is a big month for you. You're kicking it off with 9 of Cups energy. That's feeling good about what you've created, or maybe where you're at emotionally speaking, but this is crossed with the moon energy. So there is some sort of shadow, or perhaps there's just something that you're working on. You're going beneath the surface with the star ancestors card that we got, where it's encouraging you to look a little deeper. Some of you could be doing some of that ancestral work, or maybe subconscious work. As we evolve and as we grow, it's so important for us to blend in the subconscious, unconscious realms and do some healing work. So some of you may be doing that, or maybe you're just not quite yet seeing the spoils of your labor. There may be something that you've put your heart and soul into, and you're waiting for things to come through, and you can't quite see how that's going to come out yet. In your needed focus area, you get the 10 of Cups. The universe is encouraging you to hang in there, stick with it. You are so close. You may just have this one final veil to work through before you really get into feeling that completion and feeling like you have arrived. Now, we have to be careful with this energy because life is a journey. There's going to be ups and downs, but there's some particular area. It could be emotional resolution for some of you that you're working on in February, having to do with relationships. The Cups energy, water, emotions coming up here. Don't worry, you do have a little bit of fire here too, but it looks like it's going to be quite an emotional month for you Aries, especially you Aries that are working on and consistently building healing into your life day to day. In the past position, you get the 8 of Pentacles. This, to me, on the surface at least, strikes me as you've been working really hard on something, putting a lot of energy into something, or that is an approach that you had in the past. Aries is a very forward-moving energy, but you too, yes, you too, Aries, can get overworked at times. This may be an indicator that some of you have gone to the point of burnout, and now you're leaving that in the past, possibly reclaiming your power. Coming up in the future position, you have the Queen of Wands. There's that more natural fire that you're used to, more likely to be able to embrace a more comfortable vibe for yourself. So less hard work and maybe having set up something that is doing the work for you, or maybe hiring someone to help you if you're in a position to do so. In your place of empowered embodiment, you get the Chariot. This is the energy of momentum. So of course you are a very active sign. This time around, and for the month of February, it really feels like the action is going to be very intricately tied to your emotions and processing emotions. And that's what I'm feeling here. The Chariot is the card of Cancer, so Cancerian energy may be something that some of you are also working through here. The moon, I would also say, is the ruler of Cancer and Cancerian energy, so you may want to check out the Cancer reading, especially if you have some predominant placements in your own chart having to do with that energy. It's about nurturing yourself though. I think sometimes maybe you've been so focused on work and moving things forward and in such an active role that there is needing to be now some motion and momentum toward self-care, taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself a bit. It's going to be interesting to get clarifiers there. In your place of support and allies, you get the Three of Cups. There are friendships. There are people around you that you're vibing with, at least a few of them here. And it seems like you being able to be social or talk to people about your emotions and what you're going through is going to be important. So make sure you are giving your friends a heads up that February, especially if you've been through relationship issues or you're feeling a bit lonely, might be a month where you need to get connected and have some good friendships around you. That's really going to help you feel supported. And it's another way that you can nurture yourself with positive social activity. In the place of your environment, you get the Emperor. I like that. It feels very stabilized to me for you. That is your energy. So here you are showing up completely for yourself in a place of wholeness. And I think there is some sort of inner vision that has become more clear to you. Maybe recently, maybe this inner vision or something new or a new direction you want to take is related to the processing of some of these energies that are maybe needing to be emotionally handled. In your place of hopes and fears, you get the Judgment card. This would be possibly forgiving yourself for pushing yourself too hard or to the place of burnout, forgiving yourself, others of you, not doing enough. Maybe you're really pressurized in the sense of putting a lot of pressure on yourself, and this emotional processing and more of this relaxed time and letting things work for you or letting other people work for you instead of you putting in all the effort and burning yourself out. Maybe this is new to you, and some of you are having a hard time giving yourself grace for enjoying some downtime here, okay? But at the same time, you crave it. These are hopes and fears, and it's amazing how those two energies can be two sides of the same coin, and that's what we're looking at here. There could be a bit of retribution going on for some of you, or almost like a life review where you're kind of taking note of where you've come from and how far you've come from when you were a child until now. In the potential outcome, you have the King of Cups. This gives me great hope that whatever you are working on emotionally processing, you are going to master it. You are going to get through this moon energy, whatever the veil is that's keeping you a bit clouded right now. Honestly, Aries, this feels very powerful. I feel you in your power in the month of February. I remember as I went through the Aries readings in 2024, there was a lot of encouragement from your greater being and the universe working together to approach energies differently. And I think many of you have made such adjustments and created such environments where you can actually do that. So I still feel your Aries energy, like go, go. Even when I'm doing the reading, it's kind of that movement forward, like we are the leaders, you know, we are the first house energy, personality, get it, go, go, go. I feel that, but I also feel now a space held for some of these emotional energies and more nurturing of that, which I think is really important for you, Aries. And I think that's very representative of those of you who tune into my channel, how far you've come and the work you've done over the last year, because these would be energies that at first don't feel supernatural to you, but you found a way to bring them in and honor them while balancing out your own personality, the aspects of your psyche that make you you. Okay, so a big year for a lot of energy was moving just then. A lot of you have been processing this, but you've really created space for you to be yourself, but also for you to take care of yourself a bit better. And I think that's super important. Let's get some clarifiers for this Nine of Cups energy that is your current energy. The Three of Pentacles and the World card. Wow. Some of you are really working with the energy when it comes to emotional fulfillment, recognizing where you're at with your emotional energies, but also maybe feeling like you don't have to do it all, that someone else can come and show up and bring that 10th cup to you. It's not necessarily something that you have to go find, but it's something that you're attracting into yourself. So again, this is the difference of what I'm seeing in your energy this year from even everything you worked through last year, is that you have this new perspective that you don't always have to be in the front of the line at the beginning of the race, leading, and putting all that pressure on yourself to do so, that there actually is value, and that even as an Aries, you can maintain that beautiful drive, but also allow some magnetism. And that's what I'm seeing in these energies. That's what you've been working on. The World card is that major arcana energy. It's a portal that you're moving through. And I still feel like you're actively moving through it. That's why I got this moon energy. The impression is a veil, and you're kind of piercing and moving through the veil here, but allow yourself to have a little bit of help with this. Allow some things to come to you. You don't always have to go chasing or go getting everything else. This is about looking around you and seeing how maybe some things can come to you instead, and attracting that energy in. It's your conversation with the universe really here. Let's look at this moon, because this is the challenge for you. This veil that you're working on piercing here. You got, well, there's the Queen of Swords. She's the one who wants to be piercing that veil, right? But you also have the Hanged Man here, representing to me that this is a very important part of your journey. The Hanged Man position is one of vital importance for you, but I also feel that you may feel like it's difficult to surrender to that energy. The Hanged Man is about pausing. The Hanged Man is about observing what's going on around you from a place of stillness, so that you can gain some sort of wisdom or enlightenment. And I don't even get for you this is necessarily knowledge. You may be used to learning in what I'll call kind of the, Western curriculum kind of way, where it's reading, writing, arithmetic, the 3 R's, and you've got to read a book to gain some knowledge. This feels much different to me. This energy feels like, again, you're surrendering into receiving some knowledge. It's not that you need to go get a book and read a new book. It's not that you're going to be getting knowledge in the traditional way. This feels, honestly, it feels like the pause that's necessary to reset how you will be moving forward. So you will be taking your action in a different, unique direction moving forward here. And so this Queen of Swords she is waiting to ensure that the enlightened energy that you're meant to gain is in place and is activated before the veil is pierced. But I like the Queen here with the sword because she represents that you have the tool. You have the tool to pierce through this veil, but there's also value in pausing and ensuring that the enlightenment is there. And I really feel that for most of you, this has to do with resetting patterns that you were taught, like you have to work hard and grind and grind and grind, right? That's one example, that you have to be the one to do it. What's that saying? You know, if you want something done right, do it yourself. We're kind of breaking through some of that so that you can allow the support and help in. And that comes up in your needed focus with the 10 of Cups. Somebody may be showing up with that 10th cup for you. For some of you, it may come through in attracting in romantic desires or a next level in an existing relationship where you're really feeling that next level energy, like the two of you can move forward. Some of you may also be becoming parents for the first time, and this is new, vibrant energy coming in. Some of you may have gone and got a cat or a dog. You've adopted something that you're caring for. The 10 of Cups is a very family feeling kind of energy. It's very much coming together in a family space and enjoying the energy together. But again, I don't feel like this is something you have to chase. I don't feel this is something you have to actively go out and find. It feels more like an energy that's coming to you and you just get to allow it. And this is clarified here, this 10 of Cups, by the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords. You have these two energies. You do still have that drive and desire to make something happen or to have it be a certain way. For some of you, this could be connected to programs and thoughts and beliefs of you go to school, you graduate, you go to college, you get married, you have the kids, like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the family does this, the family does that. Some of you are shedding some of those, or you're changing the story around that, but there is still the pull in that direction at times. But with this Page of Wands coming in, it shows me that you are very curious about how that energy serves you and questioning if it does, and maybe looking toward what your personal passions are outside of maybe what the family expectations have been. And so for the month of February, you're really going to be getting in touch with that energy. Now, you being the fire element, and this being the Page of Wands, and you also having the Queen of Wands over here, so far, that is looking pretty good. That tells me that there will likely be movement and momentum moving into that energy. And to me, it feels very personal to each of you how this might come through, but it definitely feels like an addition to your household. Now, some of you, you could be getting fish, a turtle, it could be a pet, it could be a child, it could be you adding something significant. Some of you might be just getting a new piece of furniture or getting a new bed or something. It's something that really comes together for you and something that you've made a decision about allowing in your life. Let's look at this 8 of Pentacles in the past. The energy to clarify that 8 of Pentacles is the 10 of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Before you were really in this mode of like, just put all my energy, just generating a ton of energy into work. Very grinding, very much, don't get me wrong, you're good at it and you were were doing important things, but it burnt you out. With this Ten of Swords, I just see you laid out. For some of you, you could have gotten physically ill from pushing yourself too hard. Some of you, if you're big on the exercise and the physical body, may have pulled a muscle, for example, or had something like that happen. Excuse me. Yep, there's the energy again coming up to be released. We're releasing the idea that you have to work yourself to the bone, that a 9-to-5 traditional kind of schedule, which it's not even that anymore in America. It's more like 7-to-6, right? That overworking kind of energy, it really took you out. And so it feels like many of you are forced to start over or begin again. For some of you, you might have even found yourself saying, oh, I'm back at square one, but actually it was square zero. The Ace of Pentacles would put you in alignment with the Fool's energy, and it's kind of like a fresh start where you get to begin again, but begin again in the energies that are going to be healthier for you. And so that's where you set your sights. Let's look at this Queen of Wands in the future position. This is looking promising to me. The High Priestess, and we're going to kind of have a little bit of a full circle moment, the Nine of Cups here. This is you having success with the energy I was talking about, that you don't have to go get that 10th cup. That 10th cup is already being attracted to you. I'm going to say it's already done. We have the High Priestess here, which means that wisdom and that enlightenment is integrated. Okay, you don't have to go read a book. You don't have to study something. You don't have to analyze something. That knowledge and wisdom is integrated here in this future position very naturally with your energy. And that Nine of Cups that you're currently working on has come back around again to say, see, like, oh my, if I can attract in that 10th cup that I have, I can do it again, or I can do it in another area of my life. I think for some of you, what I was seeing with the 10th cup here, it could be relationship focused, so attracting in, or like I said, a child coming in, or some of you in this future energy, you're connecting to where you've done it before and you'll be able to do it again. So the energies are really switching from a start over, like back to square one, to resetting at 0 point and moving forward much more naturally in your energies and being more aligned in the emotional body along with that, with these cups energies coming up. For the Chariot, in your place of empowered embodiment, Aries, you get the King of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. Now, this is really cool because this is that doing kind of energy that I'm seeing. You're still going to be doing things in the practical world, okay? However, because of the nurturing energies you've put upon yourself, maybe your physical health, possibly a job change or going into business for yourself or taking a new direction with career, you are establishing a much more stable and connected kind of environment for yourself. And because remember, I have the Emperor in your actual environment too. So this is looking very aligned and very connected. Putting a little time and energy into the home space is probably going to feel really good, or into the physical body. For others of you, this is health related, remember? And so you're really going to find the body to be stabilized energy so that you can move forward with much better alignment and control than in the past. Instead of going into those energies of grind until I burn out, there's a much more steady pace here and ways of moving differently. Okay, so if we imagine the Aries, the ram, and the move forward and the headstrong energies, and then we think of Cancer, the crab, which I said is connected to the Chariot here, move side to side. You're getting much more strategic here with how you move and conserving your own energy while you do it. This is a very empowering place for you to be. So feeling good about that. And lost wisdom and the secret from the star ancestors I get, it feels like it comes up like a seed that breaks through the soil and you finally see the little green vegetation, right? That's what it feels like. That's part of this process as well. Some of you, it's healing your ancestry, of course. Others of you, it's healing your own approach to things on a go forward. Or for some of you, it might be both. In your place of support and allies with that 3 of Cups, remember I said the friends around you, you get the 7 of Cups and the Fool. A little bit of adventure might do you good, Aries. I don't know if this could possibly mean taking a trip or traveling with some friends, or maybe determining that you're ready to go on a retreat of some kind and make a choice about that. The 7 of Cups would be about choosing. That can relate to choosing the actual friends or choosing the destination with which to travel. But with the Fool here, it feels like you want to go on an adventure that's a bit more carefree, and I feel like it's part of your return to 0 point. In fact, that's what I may call this. I really want you to look at it not like back to square one, but return to 0 point, okay? This is more empowering than back to square one. You're not starting over, you're literally beginning a new cycle. And I feel like your time with friends and that support that you allow yourself is a great way to commemorate what you're going through. So if you have the means and resources, a little adventure, even if it's like a little day trip with somebody that you enjoy being around, a little road trip somewhere close by, or doing something that you've been wanting to do. I feel like it feels like a mini bucket list kind of item for you, okay? For the Emperor, you get the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Yes, and you being more comfortable, moving slower, moving more steadily, having more strategy on your side here is very important. It also brings you great clarity when it comes to deciding how you're going to move forward. I think some of you may be feeling a bit of, at times, the shadow side would be stagnation to the Hangman energy with that moon that's in your current challenge, or to not sure what decision to make, or to reframing that back to square one and changing that to a return to 0 point so this new cycle can go ahead and get rolling. There's clarity in the slow and steady, in the strategizing, and I know at times that could feel a little uncomfortable to your energies, but you're still being encouraged to do it differently here. And along the way, I think this actually, here's the thing, at times you with the Aries in your chart or the first house energy, there has been this pressure to lead humanity in certain ways and to go certain directions and for you to be at the helm. But there are some other roles that you are now embracing. Like you can be, instead of being like the general and leading the way, you can be the navigator. You can read the navigation maps. You can read the playing field. You can take these other roles and still lead in your own way and still have expertise in your own way. I think that's why I may have sensed a career change for some of you, or something changing about the job that you're doing and how you're doing it. But these energies are becoming more naturally you. You're learning the value behind that because it does bring you clarity. Let's look at your hopes and fears, the Judgment card here, Aries. Ooh, with this Judgment card in your hopes and fears, you got the Star, that's Aquarius energy, and you got the 10 of Cups. I love how the 9 and 10 of Cups are coming back here. Some of you have really had a beautiful vision and let me say a rewired vision of what you want your life to be. While it goes against the norm, it is still quite beautiful, Aries, and there's nothing wrong with how you want to establish your home space, your career. It honestly looks to suit you very well. It makes your heart happy. It's aligned with who you are. I know there's been challenges along the way. I know there's been some fears that have come in and maybe felt like a little heavy to you at times or a little bit burdensome, but you have kept your heart and your mind here on where you really want to be. Now, maybe there has had to be some unlearning and unwinding in these energies, and I think that's why we're seeing the Judgment card there. Maybe there's had to have been some forgiveness of yourself or of others as a part of the process in order for you to achieve and really move into these rewired energies that you have, this new 0 point. But honestly, this is so empowering for you that I want you to keep that in mind here, okay? Now, with the King of Cups in your potential outcome, you get the Queen of Wands again. So there she is again in your future position and your potential outcome. We're on to something here for you, Aries. And you have the Page of Pentacles, which again is like a curiosity, maintaining, learning something new, getting used to a new way that your body is behaving. Let's say some of you have been injured or you've had a setback. You're learning again how to relate to your body differently, but you're still here in that beautiful fire element. But this time it's with this mastery of your emotional state. It's honestly feeling like you've changed your mind about how you feel about things, and in that you've granted yourself a lot of freedom. This reading feels very good to me. Of all the February readings I've done, it feels like one of the best and one of the smoothest. I think making the most of the month of February for yourself and really getting comfortable with integrating these new energies, because like I said last year, I felt like you were getting used to all these energies, and January had its own things, right? But February really feels like the month that your emotional body is integrated with your physical body. Your mind is, you're getting clarity, your mind is clear, you're more aligned with your dreams and getting there the way that feels better to you. And I feel like that's the lost wisdom, tying it back to that overall energy of the star ancestors. Some of you have reclaimed wisdom that you had in the ancient past, that your soul knows, that are so important to you to integrate and incorporate into this lifetime. And not only is it important for you, but it brings forward the energy of your leadership in a new and sustainable way for humanity, which is really cool. So it feels really good. I hope you have a beautiful month. It really seems like you're going to enjoy the month of February, Aries. This 0 point energy, you know, I want to mention something because I'm a big Stargate SG-1 and Stargate Atlantis fan, and Stargate's made the news recently, and Trump, the Stargate, Operation Stargate. But I want to talk about the Stargate for a moment, because in that they discover an energy source called 0 point module. And with you returning to this 0 point, I feel like you're reclaiming so much energy for yourself. And these 0 point modules, or ZPMs, they actually power entire civilizations, right? They're extremely powerful energy source of, let's say, free energy. And I feel like that's what you're bringing. I kind of get a Tesla feel for some of you. And I'm not talking about the car. I'm talking about Nikola Tesla. Okay, I'm talking about his thoughts and philosophies and the way that the intellect was used for him, and how it was, we all know it was co-opted, inverted, and all of that. And I'm not saying I knew him as a person, and just like everyone. I'm sure you had personality defects, but you have kind of this power, this 0-point module kind of power going on. And I love that, because in that way you are bringing a new energy to the world. Okay, we're pulling you a card here from the Fairy Garden, I think it's called. Fairy Dust Oracle to close off your reading. This is like a little cherry on top. It says here, Aries, you are on the right path. The way ahead is clear and true. You've chosen the right path for you. So congratulations, Aries. This is a beautiful confirmation and way to close out your reading that this return to 0 point for you is this fresh, new, energetic, empowered start that is going to not only honor your alignment and who you are in a whole new energetic way than you were taught, but it's also going to bring much leadership to the world. You don't even have to say anything. You don't even have to do anything other than go through this process here and allow these energies to integrate. Aries, thank you so much for joining this February monthly reading. It was my pleasure to do it, and I look forward to seeing you next time.